Here we go. All right. Hey, this is Laura Walker. My daughter Takoa just came in. Hi, Takoa. And that's Sadie, my art dog in the background. It doesn't matter. So this is my first Dibs live where I'm trying to show you, especially the new small art designs that I have before I take them to a festival, because I don't list these designs on my website. And, you know, I do one photo on my social media of each one and we're done, you know, of a group of them. So I just want you guys to have first dibs at this art. And that's my intention for this. If you're on here live, you can comment if you want a piece or ask me questions on anything. And then if you're watching it later, same thing. You can comment if you want a painting or if you have more questions. So these are on scrap pieces of wood from the house that we've been building. And this is some bluebirds, $75. I used paint skins here for the nest. I'm always trying to find ways to use paint skins. And these are what all these small pieces are done on is my paint palettes. When they get filled with paint, I paint a blue over them, and then now I'm starting to do some simple painting on top of that. All of these under $100, like 30 to 75. So this is 75. And the cardinals are also 75. With the paint skins and then the eggs. And then the robins are also 75. And they're ready to be hung on the back. And then I have two nests with eggs. These at the top are bluebird eggs, and then these at the bottom are robin eggs, or that's my intention. Okay. Oh, and they are 35 each. I can ship if you want it shipped. Just ask which one we're talking about, and I'll tell you. Shipping. Then I am going to the beach for the next month or two of shows, so I'm focusing on beach animals. Pink flamingo, $35. This one goes horizontally, but you could change the way that's hung on the back. And then another pink flamingo, $35. Maybe I need to make that not so bright. There. Okay. And then two more pink flamingos that hang vertically. They're $30 each. All right. This is my paint studio. Nothing fancy, but a lot of room, which is super nice. And then I have two white storks. They are $35 each. Really good texture on these. Paint palette texture is so yummy. And then that Gaffrey art material, acrylics, super thick acrylics is what I use for my animals. And then I have two brown pelicans, $35 each. So what I'm doing is experimenting with designs that I can do, you know, 3, 5 of, and that helps me keep the cost down for this introductory price rate in my booth, where you still get an original piece of art, but it's not, you know, it's much more affordable than what my more developed art is. All right, and then I have whooping cranes. This is 30. And the way I price my art is by how much time I spend on it. Another 30 one. And then another one. So those are the whooping cranes. Moving on through, I see we have someone on here. If you have any questions, just type it in there. If you want to claim a piece, you can just type that you want it. Sea turtles, $60 for this one. I really like the texture of this, like I carve into it when it's wet with my palette knives. And I made 2 that are $45 each. Ready to hang on the back. It's probably a bit late to try to ship something for Christmas. If you live near Coleman, Alabama, maybe you could come pick it up from me in town if you want to have a last minute Christmas gift that you want to do. This octopus is $70. And this is on somebody's old, like, placard. People give me cool stuff to paint on. I did 2 smaller versions. Might be hard to tell, but this one is more of a pink for this reddish pink. And then this is more red. And they are $55 each. All right, so that's all my new small art. And I thought I would go ahead and show you the more developed pieces that I currently have. So this is Barn Baby. It's a barn owl. Very heavy piece. It's like plaster. I don't know what that is. I think it might have been like a religious picture under here. And then it's got this cool texture. And then I added the barn owl. And then look up close. You see the paint skins is what I'm using. Hi, Anita. Paint skins is what I'm using for this nest texture. I have a lot of paint skins left in my studio, so I'm always trying to find ways to use it. It's what's left in a bucket or in a plastic container when the paint's been emptied, and when it dries I can pull it up and use it, and I like the texture and I don't want to waste it. So I don't have this one written down. I don't remember what it was. I know it was less than 200. I've already listed it on my social media pages. I will double check. I'm not sure if I've listed it on my website yet, but it's not, you know, it's not a pricey piece. Let's see. With the owl theme, I also had Screech Baby. And this is done on like a wooden panel. Well, I need to put some hanging hardware on the back of that one. I'm glad I turned it over. And same thing, it's got the paint skins for the nest. Super cute. I really like him. I think it was around $125. Like I said, I don't have that price with me. Sorry, artist brain. I don't always have all the details together. But I know I have already posted that one. And if you love it, just ask me and I'll tell you what the details are. Okay, so here's another cool one. I haven't named this one yet. It's $125. It's a more developed octopus. This was the mount for one of the fish that I'm about to show you, taxidermy fish. And it's like the wooden oval with a sand texture. So I didn't want the fish on that. I wanted the 2 fish to be on matching backgrounds. But then it was a cool background and I thought it would do well for this textured octopus. $125. Tell me if you've got a name for the octopus. I need to do that. Hangable on the back. All right, last 2 pieces I think are super cool. A woman in Louisville in 2024, the fall of 2024, gave me, her husband had passed and she gave me some taxidermy. And I've only done one taxidermy piece, was that Rosalita the super fancy pig, the dancing javelina boar. So now, since I'm heading to Florida, I thought I would do some more taxidermy pieces. So I took 2 fish and I just turned them into fantastical lavender, goldish, silverish fish. This one's the girl. I made her hat with leather belts around styrofoam and stiff leather at the bottom. All sorts of cool. This is from my old sandals, an old belt, leather belt, then some parts from clocks. So yes, I love her. She is Madam Merriweather is the name. One of my friends suggested Merriweather, so I liked that a lot. And she is $425, so she's a much more developed piece. I love her. And she would go well with, that does not have to be kept together. When I do several that go together, they can go together, but they don't have to. This is the fella, my steampunk fish. More parts from old sandals, old belt, old clock. And this clock, somehow, I don't know how to start it. Sometimes when I sit it down, it will wind. I don't know what starts it, but it will still move. I wish I could show you, but apparently I don't know how to do it anymore. Okay, and I made his hat also out of leather belts and styrofoam. He has a monocle because all the fancy fish do. So here he is, Sir Phineas Finnegan.